All right, welcome back. Let's do this. So let's try and do questions 15 to 18. And here things get a little bit more spicy. So let's look at number 15 over here and let's see what we have to do. Let's zoom in and let me fix the camera angle. Okie dokie. All right, that looks good. Okay, so for this one, let's see. We have one polynomial plus another polynomial divided by this polynomial. So the way you should think about this is, imagine if I said, hey, what's 4 plus 8 divided by 2, right? What would I do? 4 plus 8 is 12, and 12 divided by 2 is 6, right? Notice that I added these two, then I divided with the 2 at the end, and that's the idea here. What you're going to do is, you're going to add this polynomial with this polynomial, and then divide it by the x plus 2. So here, x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. 5x plus 6x is 11x. And 20 minus 6, right? 20 minus 6 is 14. And we're just going to divide that by x plus 2. Okay? So now, how do we do that? This is just your basic long division, so you just go 2x squared plus 11x plus 14, and you divide that by x plus 2. Okay, let me fix the camera. Okie dokie. So how many times does x go into 2x squared? We do it like this, and this is 2x, so the 2x goes up top. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. Parentheses, parentheses, subtract. This becomes, distribute the negative, right? So this becomes negative 2x squared, and this becomes negative 4x. So now we have 2x squared minus 2x squared cancels. 11x minus 4x is 7x. Bring down to 14. And then how many times does x go into this 7x? And then it goes in 7 times, okay? And now what do? We put that 7 up here, so this is a plus 7. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 2 is 14. Parentheses, parentheses, subtract. And then we just get a remainder of 0, because you're subtracting something minus the same thing, this becomes 0, okay? So your final answer should be 2x plus 7, okay? That's when you add this plus this and divide it by that. Okay, let's look at the next one, number 16. So the idea for number 16 is, imagine if we did, pick any 3 of your favorite numbers, right? Let's say like 4 times 5 minus 3, right? Let's say if I have something times something, and then I subtract it by 3. And that's what you have to do over here. You have to multiply these two, and then you subtract it with that. So one little trick you could do is, you could put a bracket here like this. So put brackets. And the idea of the brackets are that I'm telling myself I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to distribute the negative. Okay? So remember, pause the video, and once you get the idea, try and do it yourself. Don't just rely on me to do everything, okay? You're never going to learn like that. Pause the video and try and do it, all right? What's the worst that happens? So here, we got to foil this, right? So x squared times x is x cubed, right? Remember, it goes boom to boom here. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. Negative 4x, and this is negative 12, okay? And then when I combine this together, I can't combine any terms, so it stays like this. And then what happens here you have to distribute that negative to each of them, so then this becomes negative x squared, negative 2x, plus 5. Okay? And then which terms can we combine together? This x cubed stays here. 3x squared and negative x squared becomes 2x squared. Negative 4x minus 2x is negative 6x. Negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. Okay. All right. Let's try and do the next one. So this is x minus 3 cubed. Okay, so what does this mean you have to do? Just like if I were to say, hey, what's 4 cubed, right? What would I do? I do 4 times 4 times 4. or any number cubed. So what do I have to do here? I have to do x minus 3 times x minus 3 times x minus 3. And I have to divide all that by x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay? Now, what does this become? Here, and how do we do the top, right? First, we need to do this. We need to do this operation. So if you want, you could put a bracket here telling yourself that, okay, I'm going to do this first. Okay? So what I want you to do is FOIL this, and what do you get? Okay, and if you do FOIL it, you should get x squared minus 6x plus 9 times x minus 3 over x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, and notice that because these two are the same, what you're allowed to do is you're allowed to cancel it, and this is just equal to x minus 3. And that's it. Because let's say, for example, if I had 4 cubed, this is the same, oh wait, this is running out of ink. So let's say if I have 4 cubed over 16. This problem is very similar to something like this, because what's 4 cubed? That's the same as 4 times 4 times 4 over 16. But what's 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 over 16. And notice, you see how these 16s cancel out and you're just left with 4. And you see how this polynomial expression is very similar to this type of problem of getting that 4. Okay, let's work at number 18. So this one, number 18, what happens here? What do we need to do for this one? Okay, so this one's a little tricky, but the idea is, imagine if you have I don't know, like 5 times 4 minus 4 divided by 2. So what do you have to do first? We need to follow PEMDAS, right? So PEMDAS says what? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So here we have to do the multiplication first. So let's do this multiplication first. And then we're going to do this division. So we have to do this. Okay? Because this is the multiplication, and then this is the division. And then what we're going to do is we're going to distribute the negative. So one thing at a time. What I want you to do is pause the video and multiply this first. Okay? So if you were to do that, you would get 2x squared, right? Negative 3x. Plus 14x minus 21, okay? Now, let's put a parentheses here. So we're done with that. Oh no, I'm sorry. What can we do? We can simplify this, right? So 2x squared plus 11x minus 21. Okay, now we need to divide this. All right, so let's divide that. So you have x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Okay. So how many times does x go into this? X squared. X squared times x is x cubed. This is negative 2x squared. Parentheses, parentheses, subtract. This becomes plus, so then this becomes negative. This becomes plus, and then this cancels, and this one also cancels. So what are you left with? Just x minus 2. And how many times does it go in? It goes in 1 time, so you have x minus 2, and you just get remainder 0. So here, when you divide this by that, you get x squared plus 1. So here, this is negative x squared plus 1. And what are we going to do? You see here, you still have to use that negative. So we need to distribute this negative to whatever our answer was from this, and we get negative x squared minus 1. And now, we can combine everything. So 2x squared minus x squared is x squared. This is 11x. And this is negative 22. And that was a lot of work, okay? I hope this video helped for questions 15 to 18, okay? I'll do the next video, I'll do the last part in the next video, okay?